Hello and welcome back to Byron and our adventures with, well, our wife, because we have our wife in our army at the moment. So let's have a look here. What could you offer for your freedom? Not much. Not much at all. Alright, I guess I'll just do that because we gain charm skill, we gain some relation with the guy. I guess that's pretty good. Anyway, you can see right here that we are in the midst of a siege, and I'm actually going to be pretty close to being able to take down all of their walls. I think we'll probably get 50% of their walls down with this attack. I don't think we'll be that lucky, really, because as you can see, one of my onagers is already super... Wow, two of my onagers are already super damaged? I can't really believe that. That's pretty awful. Alright, well, let's see what happens, because I'm a bit worried about this. If we can't deal with the catapults on the enemy side fast enough, then we're going to end up losing a bunch of onagers ourselves, and it's not really going to go well, as you can quite clearly see. Wow. I guess I can just be very thankful that my engineering skill is actually not that bad. But yeah, as you can tell, it's not going well. It really isn't. I'm actually very surprised. Okay, this guy actually wants to speak to us now. It's going to be one of those times, you know. It's going to be one of those times where I'm literally like outside the walls and there's about 270 units, and then because I have built so many siege engines and destroyed so many of the enemy's siege engines, all of a sudden then it's like, oh yeah, but now there's only 100 units remaining or something like that. This guy doesn't want to pay a huge amount for releasing him. I'm actually kind of surprised about this. Okay, sure. 70k? I'm happy with 70k. I don't really mind. I mean, we've got so much money as it is. Bear that in mind as well, by the way. Once we have taken my Zaya, what I'm going to do is I will be making my way over to, well, all of the marketplaces nearby and basically making it hopefully possible for us to buy a huge amount of good stuff. And I'm talking about good armor here. And we're going to try and kit everyone out in the best possible gear, because we now have so much money that we should be able to do that. And I have been meaning to do that for quite some time, but there's just been so many things going on that I have just not really either had the inclination to do so because I've been focused on other things, or I've just forgotten in general. So yeah, but I'm very happy that Yana is actually with us right now, and we seem to be doing a pretty decent job. My onagers are being built relatively nicely. You know, we've got 152 engineering. I think that's quite nice. But as you can see, the enemy had 270 when we started, and now they have 181. And you can imagine just how crazy that actually is. We've only done 30,000 damage to the walls as well. Wow, just look at this utter insanity, what is going on right here. And bear in mind, we started with 270 units in the enemy garrison. Now there's 134. It's exactly how I thought it was going to play out. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, let's head in here. There's 130 remaining, and both of the walls are now breached. So we can hopefully head in there and actually, you know, do things a little bit simply, instead of having to worry about building onagers and things like that. But I think that once you have a pretty significant amount of engineering, you don't really need to worry too much about any onagers being destroyed. So you can basically go for 4 onagers in reserve and then build, you know, the necessary onagers that you might very well need if they get destroyed in the time that you're attacking. For some reason, my horse is getting absolutely stuck over this area here. I'm actually not sure what. Not sure what's going on with that, to be honest, but okay. Anyway, let's hopefully be able to just jump over there. There we go. Now maybe we can do some damage. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, oh, I can do some damage. I can ride up with my bow and I can do some wonderful damage. No, that's not going to happen. It feels to me as well, by the way, that it is much more difficult to actually hit enemies when they have shields up than it used to be. Because in Warband, there used to be little gaps that you could potentially utilize to hit people. But that's a bit different in Bannerlord. The shields are much more adequate in that way. But of course, the hitboxes are also different. So yeah, you're going to have to be a bit more careful about that too. Anyway, I believe that is indeed a very swift and easy victory for us. We basically lost almost, I would say, almost no one. Pretty happy with that. And we're just going to take out a couple of extra archers right here as well. And hello. Oh, yeah, oh, 99 damage. Ah, I bet he had 100 HP. What do you bet? That's just like Byron to get a hit on a guy and then just leave him with 1 HP or something like that. I mean, it's more Barney style, isn't it? But I guess, the fruit doesn't fall so far from the tree or something along those lines. Yeah, anyway, there you go. Easy victory. 20 renown, not too bad. Bear in mind that there has been a vassal kind of sniffing around a little bit here. And I'm hopeful that he's not really going to do anything annoying. Okay, so we have taken Martira prisoner. Not entirely sure who that is, but it's pretty nice that we have now captured Mysia. Now, bear in mind that, look at this. They've got some pretty significant lands still remaining. They've got a lot of territory, and we are establishing ourselves in this area as being quite a force to be reckoned with. Now, the one thing that I am actually kind of a bit afraid of, actually, there's 3 things that I'm a bit afraid of. Maybe 4 things. And that is literally every single faction with the exception of the Empire factions. It's actually kind of hilarious. Vlandia, look at Vlandia. They have invaded all of these towns over here. And we have the Azurai coming in and taking these 2 as well. And then we have the Botanians taking everything from up here. And the Khuzait coming in and, well, obviously the Botanians and the Khuzait were just like, oh, these Sturgeons, they need to go away as soon as possible. And it seems like that has indeed happened. So yeah, that is kind of unfortunate. Anyway, we can increase our cohesion, as you can see, by spending our, what is it now? Not even influence? I'm actually not unsure what's going on with that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Barnabas and Barney to our army here. And we're going to see if I can also maybe just go in here. We need to sort out the garrison options as well. So let's actually just recruit new troops. That is perfectly fine with me. And then we're going to go into the trade screen. Maybe we can buy some stuff that might actually get us an upgrade. As you can see, Byron can even use an upgrade, which is actually kind of funny. I wouldn't have expected him to need an upgrade, but apparently, whoa, 121,000 for that. Okay, so we're just going to get everyone upgrades. Everyone that is in my party at the moment can just get an upgrade straight up. And there you go. That's it, 376,000. Bear in mind that I will be doing this for our children as well, but at the moment we're currently on a campaign, so I won't be doing it as strictly or anything like that. But we're just going to sell all of my stuff here. Wait a minute. Ah, dear. Yes, I did that wrong, I think. I didn't want to really be in a situation where I'm just going to be like, oh, wait a minute, I sold that very important item, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, we're just going to sell everything here. So everything here, so everything here. Oh, look at that. The armor reduced our cost by a pretty significant amount. But bear in mind that the cost is negligible, to say the least, anyway. I'm going to sell a bunch of my charcoal here too, because let's face it, I'm not really doing much smithing at the moment. We'll sell some of the hardwood too, to make us just that little bit quicker. And I will be slaughtering all of these animals, I think, to just get a little bit extra food and not weigh us down so much either. So that seems good to me. I've still got some clay there? I don't know. Why do I have clay there? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. So now the castle that was about to be besieged, if you remember, in a previous episode, that is now fine. That is now fine because the garrison is now completely defended pretty nicely. And we're going to go on to Melion Castle here. It's going to be a super easy victory for us, I think. Bear in mind that the Khuzait is actually on the move. I'm a bit worried about that because you know what they're planning on doing. Because they're moving, I'm a bit worried about them potentially deciding to declare war. I'm going to take veterans' respect here from the leadership trait because being able to have lower wages for tier 4, 5, 6 troops is so much better than lower tier troops, in my opinion at least. Maybe it's different for others, but anyway, I'm just going to spec some more into social skill, and I have no idea what else to spec into, to be honest. I guess I could go for some athletics. I mean, Steward might be pretty good. +1 companion. Wait a minute. +1 compare. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just make sure that I'm speccing in the right things again. And we'll be taking some more steward skill. Okay. Oh, no. Can I? Oh, I did do that. But apparently we're at the learning limit still. Oh, really? I'm actually kind of surprised at that. Okay, well, I guess we'll just continue leveling up our social skill. And then we'll just move on. All right, so Melion Castle had... Ooh, 366. Wow. That's actually kind of impressive that they have so many units there. All right. Well, I'm perfectly happy to give this a go. Let's get some onagers out there. And there we go. Okay, fantastic. All right. So bear in mind, we are going to be getting some additional units to help us out here. So we will not have only 360 or something like that to defeat the enemy's 360. We're going to have quite easily over 500. At least I hope so. Oh, Chason. Chason is coming out of the woodwork. I'm going to have to give up this siege for a second because I am a bit worried they're going to besiege. Yes, they are besieging Myzea as I thought they might. Now bear in mind that they're probably going to be able to take this before I'm able to get... Oh, Barnabas or Barney. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. It's Barney. Wow. Did you see how incredibly courageous he was? Wow, I am so incredibly impressed and extremely proud of him at this moment because, you know how it is. Usually, when you have to rely on the AI to do something that you think that they should potentially do, so for example, protecting a thief or attacking, a vassal or something like that, usually you're going to think to yourself, okay, that guy's definitely going to do this. And then he turns around and he's like, no, I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to do something that you never thought I would ever do. And you're just going to be gobsmacked. And you're just really not going to know why he decided to do that instead of the obvious choice. So it's really cool to actually see it finally where the AI is making smart decisions and actually acting on them in an appropriate manner. Because just think about that. Barney went in against a superior force when he didn't know whether we were going to help him. He didn't know that. But I guess he must have just assumed because we are a larger party, and he must have just assumed that we were going to help him. And I personally think that that is great. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to have happen because I was a bit worried that we would lose Myzea again and then I have to go in there again. But obviously that's not really a big deal because as we have seen multiple times, it's pretty easy to take things back because here's the thing. Usually garrisons are not going to magically gain a certain amount of units. And I know that in Warband that was the case. Usually what would happen is if a particular faction took something, then they would get a basic amount of units in the garrison for free. At least if the AI took something, at least that's what I have seen in my own experiences. And then they would be able to go into the garrison and then they would add units. And generally they would be quite magical in that respect as well. At least I think so, because whenever I've seen enemies take things, they've usually left a garrison of about 50 units there, and it hasn't really been too well defended or anything like that. So it's super easy to take things back in Warband. That is unless it's a town, and unless the campaign AI setting is really, really high as well. Because if campaign AI is high, then usually vassals are going to have much more money to spend and things like that. Bear in mind that in Bannerlord I'm playing on everything realistic. That includes, campaign AI or whatever the equivalent to that is. So every single lord should have a decent amount of cash if they have the villages to be able to support it. Because bear in mind that, in Bannerlord it is very, very different in regards to, what is actually happening with wages and where you recruit units from and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so Barney is actually headed in here. And he did not give me his troops. I would kind of like to speak to him if at all possible. Do you think I... Yes, I can. Ah, that is fantastic. All right. Hello there. Okay. I will speak to you now. All right. So we're on the barter screen right here, and I'm going to be transferring Chason, Temion over to me. And that's basically it. Because I think that in general, this is going to be really, really useful. I'm going to just transfer him this sword, because I'm not entirely sure if he's... Actually, no, he doesn't use swords, does he? No, he doesn't use swords at all, so it's basically pointless. All right, so yeah, we're just going to do that. And I believe, isn't there someone else that has... is it Barnabas? Or Yana? I think it is actually Yana that has something else in her party, so let me actually just see... No, she doesn't. Okay, so she, yeah, really wish I could give money. Really want to give money to my forces here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. All right, let's speak to Barnabas as well, and we'll see if he has anyone, because I feel like, isn't there one more? Apparently there isn't one more, so maybe I took them prisoner or something, and I'm just not realizing that. Anyway, let's move on, because now that we were able to take them prisoner, we are pretty good. Oh yeah, we are pretty good. Look at this. We've got 520 units in our army here. I can only hope that the Khuzait do not decide to, declare war against us or anything like that. That would be inconvenient, but I don't think it would actually be bad. I'm going to build some fire onagers this time as well. I feel like fire onagers might be quite fun. And also do bear in mind, just look at the walls at the moment. The walls for this particular castle are literally at 30%. 30%. Well, technically it is at 30% because they could upgrade the walls to level 3 and that would give them, I would think 100,000 or something like that. But anyway, point is they have a very, very small amount of HP on the walls and I'm forgetting to get one of my onagers out of there. So now it's taken massive damage. Ah, lovely. Yes, I'm very good at this, aren't I? Alright, so we now have a bunch of fire onagers ready, and hopefully we will be able to eliminate most of the ballistas before one of us goes down. It seems like that is indeed the case, and yeah, I think we're pretty good. And we do so much damage. I mean, just literally so much damage to the walls. I mean, we've already got 15,000 destroyed, and now they're... Wow, yeah. This is just super fast. Bear in mind that there are quite a significant amount in the garrison here, so it might be a bit problematic, but I think we should be okay. Let's get another onager up and running as well. Gonna just wait for the last ballista to be built so we can destroy it, and now we will lead our assault. Bear in mind that if you do, continue destroying their siege engines, then technically what you can do is you can whittle down the garrison in a pretty significant way, as we've seen at Myzea, for example, being able to destroy numerous amount of catapults over and over and over again will reduce the garrison, and eventually we'll leave it with basically nothing. So you could technically auto-resolve at that point, but I personally feel like saving my own units as well and having some fun also is actually kind of important. So I would like to do that. Anyway, let's get off my mount. And I'm just going to make sure that there are no archers around here. Bear in mind, there's a lot of enemies in here. The shields. Ow, what? Where did I get shot from? Are you serious? Byron, why did you get to go? Oh, well, never mind. He only got shot in the shoulder. That's not really a big deal. And he's like, oh, it's just merely a flesh wound. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, does this lead anywhere actually? Or is this just like... Oh, this is actually cool. Okay, I had no idea. I thought it was going to lead somewhere completely useless, but it actually leads into an archery nest of sorts, which I think is really nice. Let's try and kill this guy. There's another one over here as well. Try and kill him too. Nice headshot, Byron. Good work. And there's another one there. And I think there's another one. There's probably a bunch upstairs as well. Anyone else? Nope, not really seeing anyone else right now, but yeah, my units are doing reasonably. Yeah, not fantastic. Can I not go up there? Is this not possible? As you can see, it doesn't seem like I'm actually able to get up there. So that means, well, that's pretty bad, isn't it? That is pretty bad, but I guess what can we do about it? At least we killed those archers, so we don't really have to worry about them anymore. I'm very surprised that we're actually taking so long to get through here. Oh no, seems like I'm stuck. I might be a bit stuck. Let's push these guys forward a little bit here. And maybe I can actually get a couple of kills. Because if I can get in here and actually push past the opponent, I should have a pretty easy time of actually clearing out the way here. This is the main problem as well. Can I kick them actually? Let's kick them a little bit. There we go. I'm trying to kick. Doesn't really seem to be making that much difference. Should I get out my shield? Maybe do a little bit of a shield bash? Oh, there we go. There we go. Might actually be helping me a little. Yes. 2 damage. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I might be able to get through. Or not. My legionaries are coming in now, which is actually very nice. Very problematic. I actually thought that they had fixed this kind of thing by being able to move through. As you can see, there you go. I never would have been able to do that in Warband. So pretty nice that we're able to do that. But we were stuck for a pretty considerable amount of time there. But I guess it's literally just because everyone was so tightly packed into that small area. So it does make things a bit tricky for us. Anyway, gonna get out my bow, try and eliminate these archers. Ow. Come on now, don't shoot me in the chest. Ah, that's that fellow shooting me. Take that. Yeah, I don't really want Byron to... I was about to say, don't really want Byron to die, if at all possible, but yes, okay. That happens. That happens. This is actually an extremely cool layout for a castle, no less. I was about to say town, because I thought to myself, wow, this is really very intricate. But you can see quite easily what's actually happening now. Oh, look at this. They've got a lot of cabbages. I like it. I like it. That's going to be some nice amount of soup there that we can make, or whatever you want to make out of cabbage. And I'm just going to speed things up a little bit now. We haven't lost too many units either. So that's very nice indeed. Quick and easy, but not so easy actually. Not as easy as I anticipated. So it might have very well paid me to literally just wait outside and deal as much damage as I wanted to do to these siege engines again and again and again, and they'd lose about 5 units every single time we destroyed one of those, which I gotta say I personally feel is very minuscule. I don't really like that, to be honest. But if that's how it has to be, then you know, can't really say much about it. But anyway, let's build a bunch of these. There we go. Nice. All right, that is perfectly fine. And we want to go into the garrison here. Let's recruit some units. And there we are. All right, so that is looking pretty good so far. Look at this. We're just sweeping down through them, actually, at the moment. I'd like to take this castle over here because they're being kind of annoying with the sort of outlying little castle kind of close by as well, so they can launch raids from there pretty easily, which is not exactly nice. But I actually am unaware if there are any vassals still remaining. They might not even have any, you know? Alright, so I'm actually going to head back to Myzea real fast, because what I would like to do is go into the management screen, because I think I didn't manage the town before moving on from it. So it would probably be a good idea for me to do that. I did a little bit. Oh, DIGGORY is actually the governor. Oh, I should probably take DIGGORY into my army. Yeah, I will do that in just a second. And let's also get a bunch in the reserves there to make it so that our construction speed is just that much faster. Seems like a good idea. And where is DIGGORY? DIGGORY. Oh, there you are. Yes, come and join me. And we don't want anyone else to come in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and outfit DIGGORY in some wonderful stuff. Okay, apparently just the helmet. Only needs the helmet. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Pelisora is still doing absolutely fine as well with her gear. Alright, I'm happy with that. And did we actually spec DIGGORY at all, by the way? I think we might have. Yeah, we did. Oh, what? Ah, wait a minute. DIGGORY is not yet ready to fight, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, DIGGORY is not yet ready. Pelisora is, however, as you can see right here, so she's gotten some cool traits. Let's hold the aim for 15% longer. Let's... +2 to party size? No, it's probably not that important. And ranged weapons, there we go. More arrows, and that seems about that. Alright, so she's got a massive amount of attribute points and focus points here, so I guess I'm going to just get her some more points in cunning, and we probably want to get her some points in intelligence as well, because she's probably going to end up doing a siege of some kind, or I'm not entirely sure if engineering actually benefits everyone in the area. Which it might. I don't really know about that, but we'll see. Let's level up her leadership as well a little bit. Let's just get a little bit of a balance down here with the other skills. And we do need to level up her tactics skill as well. Her tactics skill is going to be extremely important, in my opinion at least. And there you go. All right, that seems pretty good to me. Now we have Yana here. She's not currently in my army because she is the governor at Cestadime Castle, so I will need to go and get her at some point. Bruce is not in my army. Barnabas has leveled up a pretty significant amount too, as you can see, but he's not in my army at the moment, so I won't be able to do anything with him. Where is Diggory? We've seen Diggory, right? Yeah, we've seen Diggory. So, yeah, she's not yet able to fight, which is perfectly fine with me. I mean, don't really want to just throw them in there, that's for sure. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, she's not yet ready to fight, and I'm actually wondering how old she actually is. But I guess it doesn't really matter at the moment. She's going to, level up, so to speak, or upgrade or evolve whenever she wants to. So, it's not really going to be anything I particularly need to worry about. All right, so that, I suppose, means that we have two choices now. One, we can go over to Cyrenea and attempt to take that, which I think should be pretty easy. Or we can take Phykeon, which I think would probably be my preference at this point, because Cyrenea has many more defenders, and Phykeon only has 330, which I think is a pretty decent amount for us to try and take. So we'll see if we can do that. Bear in mind that, as far as I am aware, there doesn't seem to be any vassals nearby at all. And so, yeah, they basically have nothing on us. They literally cannot do anything against us at this point. Byron has leveled up his leadership once again. Okay, so let's have a look. Increase security in a town by 5 while waiting, or you are able to... Disciplinarian! I never thought it was possible. I never thought we would be able to get 125. Let's take Disciplinarian. That is so incredibly fun. Okay, so now let me actually just take a quick look here, because what I would like to do... Can I have a look at troops? Yes, I can. Okay, so let's see... Khuzait troops, and I'm going to have a look at Khan's guards. Can they actually... Wait a minute. That's not what I actually wanted to look at. I want to look at Steppe Bandits. I think Steppe Bandits are going to be something that we should probably look at. So, Steppe Bandit boss? No. Regular Steppe Bandit. There we go. So, the regular Steppe Bandit will become a Khuzait Raider, or a Marauder, who then levels up into a Raider, who then levels up into a Khuzait Keshig, and then goes into a Khan's Guard. So, if we can find a way to take a huge amount of Steppe Bandits prisoner, which I think should be pretty easy because we know where there are a massive amount of them all the way over here. Usually right next to Baltakand, there are massive amounts in the forest nearby. And I should be able to go there with a relatively small party and see what we can do about capturing a bunch. And then, well, it's pretty easy. Then we just, wait for them to be persuadable, shall we say, and then we do our thing, which I think should be pretty simple to do. So let's just get regular onagers this time. Seems like fire onagers seem to be destroyed very quickly. I'm not entirely sure if that is just a fallacy on my part, whether I'm actually thinking to myself, is that actually real, or is it just something that I'm imagining? Because it seems to me whenever I build fire onagers that they get destroyed much faster than regular ones, but as far as I'm aware, they have the same amount of HP. So I don't really get that. If we take a look here, these guys have 1500 HP, and these ones have 1500 HP. So it is exactly the same. Kind of weird. Alright, so yeah, once we've actually... I think Pelisora could become... Wait a minute, I think we've maxed out on parties, haven't we? Yeah, I think we maxed out on parties, so it basically makes no sense for me to send her off anywhere, to be honest. But what I would like to do is... I think after we've taken Phykeon, I'm gonna do a little bit of a swap around. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so that we have... one of the other sons, so Barnabas or Barney, I'm not entirely sure which one at the moment, but either one will be disbanded from his party. Probably Barnabas at this point. And then what we'll do is we'll take his units and he'll stay in our party for a little bit of time so that I can get him upgraded, so I can actually upgrade his gear and everything. And then what we'll do is we'll make Pelisora a party, and then we'll give her Barnabas's old units, and then she can, you know, go around and start leveling up and doing whatever she wants to do to, you know, try and gain as much experience as possible. And in that time, then he can also gain upgrades and things like that. So that will be the plan for our companions for the moment, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe it will go well, maybe it won't. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully it will. Anyway, as you can see, we're actually reducing the enemy's garrison by a significant amount, just literally by destroying their ballistas. And I gotta say, I very much love that. And look at this, even more casualties being inflicted. Kind of impressive. And I think it is actually more casualties when they have catapults than when they have ballistas. So they might be trying to reduce their casualties by building ballistas at the moment, because it seems like every single ballista that we destroy takes out 3 enemies, whereas when it's a catapult, it seems to be maybe like 10 to 12 enemies. I'm not entirely sure about that, but anyway, 230 enemies, 221 now actually. Just so significant losses here. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And this is indeed a town. I feel like the towns are somehow slightly easier than some of the castles. I guess that is indeed the way it was in Warband as well, where there would be those nightmare castle layouts that would be so incredibly difficult to deal with. But yeah, I guess yeah, that's how it goes. You know, there are in real life the same kind of thing where some castles are easier to take than others. Some are much more defensible. And I guess it's the same thing in the game too. But anyway, we have only 6,000 remaining, 4,000, 3,000, 1,000. And the walls are down. I'm just going to wait until we kill... You know what? Shall we test it out? Shall we test out that theory? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Ah, look at that. Elias has finally become a hero and is capable of doing all the things that other people can do. Diggory is apparently 13 years old, and I'm kind of a bit surprised at that. I kind of thought that she would have skills, but apparently she doesn't have skills. I'm not entirely sure. She hasn't inherited the same kind of skills that the others have. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. But anyway, as you can see, my theory is actually paying off dividends right here, which basically means that if you have a strong enough army and you're capable of it, basically what you can do is you can just stand outside the walls. You don't even have to go into the siege if you don't want to. And you could literally whittle them down by such a significant amount that there's only 100 units there remaining, which I gotta say, I actually think is pretty fun. I think that's a really, really cool way of doing things. That's exactly the reason why I was saying in a previous episode, maybe on this series or maybe on another series, I'm not entirely sure, but it would be cool to have a siege engine that actually kills the enemy garrison and just does that, and that's it, and doesn't do anything else. I'm actually going to auto-resolve this. Boom, 8 deaths. I mean, super easy. And there we have it. Alright, I will take all the loot as well, of course. And we do have 2 people. Oh, there's Pelisor. Pelisor of the Wolfskins is here. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, so we're just going to head in here. And I'm just going to do my thing with the garrison options and stuff like that. And we'll just recruit There we go. And we can also manage the garrison if we want to, so we could place a bunch of people in there. But I'm probably not going to do that. So, yeah, what we're going to do now is I will probably disband the army for the moment, because what I would like to do is speak to everyone specifically in the army. I'd like to speak to Barnabas more specifically. Maybe I should actually just kick Barnabas out for the moment. And we will then go over to our clan screen. I've got to make sure I do this right, because I don't really want to have a situation where he gets murdered by the nearby enemy party. That would be pretty... Oh, I made a mistake. Wait a minute. Can I speak to him? Ah, okay, wait a minute. Maybe he's going to put his units in the garrison here? He might have put his units in the garrison here. If he has, that's... Yes, he has. Oof. Okay, I am actually kind of pleased about that. I was a little bit worried that that would not be happening, but it actually is, which is fantastic. Oh yeah, by the way, these looters can now level up into Imperial Infantrymen, just literally because I have the disciplinarian trait now. And I gotta say, I am super pleased that I was actually able to get leadership to that level, because I was not expecting that whatsoever. Anyway, yeah, okay, so that's actually pretty good. Barnabas is here. I'm going to take him into our army, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a new... let me see if I can do this right here. Manage the garrison. Okay, so, yeah. We're going to move Barnabas... Yeah, okay, so Barnabas is at the bottom there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of his units, absolutely all of his units, and we will be giving them to Pelisora when we make her a party leader. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, so Pelisora. Diggory can actually do it, but Diggory, I don't know whether Diggory has any skills. Can I actually check that? No, Diggory has no skills, as you can see. Why not? Why not? That's weird. Pelisora doesn't have any skills either, or he has very little. I'm actually kind of surprised. Pelisora has a massive amount of skills, as you can see, so very surprising there. Alright, so Pelisora is going to be the one to get these units, and... Oh dear. Ah yes, they have been consumed into a couple of my unit stacks as well, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of donating here, I guess. And there we go. There we go, a little bit more. I don't want to give any of my horse archers, so I won't be doing that, but there we go. Okay, 75 plus 4, pretty good. 79, that's okay. And there we are. That is cool. And then we'll go in here, and we will buy some stuff for Barnabas. As you can see, look at him. Oh, yeah, what an amazing upgrade for him. He is just going to see this like night and day. It is going to be so much more powerful for him. And I guess what I'll do is I will manage an army, and I'll get Pelisora to join the army. And there we have it. Fantastic. Okay, so if they want to besiege this, then they are welcome to do so. I am perfectly happy for them to besiege this if they want. Personally, I feel like they're probably not going to do that. And yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to catch them anyway. That's the point, you know. Being able to chase after them with such a large army is almost impossible, I would say. And Barney is recruiting some people here too. All right, well, I'm gonna just buy some food here. I don't even know how much food there actually is. A huge amount of beer. I'm gonna buy all the beer. Thank you very much. That will hopefully help out our people quite a bit with their morale and everything. And my settlement, Sagolina, is now under attack. That is over here, isn't it? Yes, that is over there. Okay, that's not really a big deal, as you can see. They're just raiding that. They are pretty, well, they can't really do much. Let's just say that. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.